Hey guys, welcome back. I want to fast forward a little bit today, and we're going to be working with percents. Um, what we're going to do today is pretty simple, but it's important that you know it. Some of you might already, but others may not, so I want to make sure we have it down. So a percent is really just part of a whole. So for this first example, it says write 52, and that's the percent sign. So 52% as a decimal. All right, so you might see something like 52%. Maybe you're loading a level in a video game, and that little loading screen with the bars going up, and it says 52%. That basically means that you're a little more than halfway loaded that video game. So all we're going to do, if we're going to write a percentage as a decimal, right? It's like a whole number, right? 52. Imagine that there's a decimal point here. Remember, if there's nothing after the decimal point, we don't need to write it. Well, imagine there's a decimal point there. But when we're changing a percentage to a decimal, all we do is we take the decimal point and move it 2 spaces to the left. So 52% is a decimal. See here, they move it 2 spaces to the left, is 0 and 52 hundredths, or 0.52. 7% as a decimal, same deal. It's like a whole number 7. There's that little unseen decimal point right there. So if we're going to write that as a decimal, we are going to, oh, sorry, they have us checking it. Take that decimal point and move it 2 spaces to the left. In this case, we had to add a 0 to do that, right? Because we had to move another space. And 7% as a decimal is written as 0.07, or 7 hundredths. If you think about it, 7 cents is like 7% of a dollar, and then you would write 7 cents just like this. All right. So changing from percentages to a decimal, move the decimal point 2 spaces to the left. 2 spaces to the left. All right. So logically, if we want to take a decimal and write it as a percent, we're going to go 2 spaces to the right. So 0.47, or 47 hundredths written as a percent, is 2 spaces to the right, and it becomes 47%. All right, 0.663 becomes 2 spaces to the right, so it becomes 66.3%. 1.8 written as a percent. It's a little tricky. We're going to have to add a 0, okay? Move 2 spaces to the right. All right, add that 0 on, so it becomes 180%. And then finally, 0.009 written as a percent, still 2 spaces to the right, so it becomes 0.9%. So going from decimal to percentage, 2 spaces to the right. And remember, percent to decimal, 2 spaces to the left. All right, should be pretty straightforward today, guys. So go ahead and try your classwork and let me know if you have any issues.